Hi everyone, Tori here with another Project Life Process video. This is number 29 and it's called Life Is. I am going to be scrapbooking some photos from my Bolivia missions trip, and these will be going in my album for that trip. This is the back of the last Project Life page that I made, and I'm going to be using a couple of those cards, so that's why I did it like this and showed you what it looks like currently. I'm going through the Project Life cards and just placing the ones that I want to use on the spread. And I decided to use that Life Is card because I love the yellow, and then I had another yellow card that I got in the Project Life kit, and I placed that behind the photo of my dad in the top right hand corner. And then I'm going to use this card that says These Days and place that in the bottom right hand corner. Now I couldn't decide what to do on that top row, like whether I wanted the photo to be to the left or to the right. I ended up moving it back to the way it was. I liked it the way it was. And I'm pulling out the other two cards that I'm going to be using. Those two like peachy pink cards, I wanted to use them, so they are the backs of the cards from the day before in this album, but I'm going to use them. Sometimes I do that if I really like the front and the back of the card. I'll just embellish both sides. So I'm starting by rounding all of the corners. Now this photo that my dad is in, it was a 4x6 photo, but I didn't really like what was off to the one hand side. Like there was just a wall and it looked funny. So I trimmed that off, and then I trimmed the one side into a 3x4 card. And then I figured I'd just place my dad on another 3x4 card to just make it look like it goes together, and then the photos spreads across those two 3x4 slots. The photo in the middle row is a photo of my friend Deborah, who was also on the missions trip, and she's with a bowl of fruit that she had cut up. And then the bottom row, there's a group of us, along with some of the volunteers from El Jordan, the mission that we were visiting. And on this day, the photo of my friend Deborah and the photo of us with the volunteers, what we had done was we made breakfast for some local pastors, just a way to bless them with the missions organization. They do it every year, and we were able to be there to help. So we grabbed some photos from that day, and that's what those two photos are from. The photo of my dad in the top corner is him with Jenna, who's on the left, and then I can't remember the name of the lady in the middle. But Dad and Jenna went and visited this lady's house on the same day that Brad and I visited Lorena's house, and I wanted to use that. I also grabbed a couple of Project Life cards from my stash. The one in the bottom right hand corner is like a graph, and it says sweet, loving, funny, cool, silly, and I thought that would be cute for that card down there because it sort of like sums up everything that we're going through. And then the other card I grabbed from my stash was the one that I cut the top circle that's currently on the photo of my dad, and it has this quote. It says, invest in human family, invest in people, build a little community of those you love and who love you. And I thought that would be cute for that card. That's been in my stash for a long time. I think it's from a really old Studio Calico Project Life kit. And I wanted to use it up, and I thought it looked well. I thought it looked good on the photo of my dad and Jenna and this other lady, and as well as it like tied in that circle kind of thing. There's a circle in the bottom corner, there's a circle in the top corner, so I like the way that worked out. Now the middle card says life is short, but I wanted to add to that, so now it says life is short, and I use some of those gray stickers to add the word beautiful. So it says life is short, and then I used a little ampersand, and so it says life is short and beautiful. And now I'm just going to use some of my stamps because I said the other day like I want to use those more. And the Project Life stamps this month were perfect. They're just a bunch of words with squares around them. So the card says life is, and then on the line I put all about this. And I think it is. Like life is not about like the big huge moments like birthdays and parties and things like that. Life is about like little moments like this, like hanging out with somebody at their house, cutting fruit up and making silly faces, or volunteering and going and doing things like that. That's what like life is really about. So I am moving really fast and talking really slow, so sorry about that. Okay, what else have I added? I added some washi tape and a craft label to that Life is Short card. I added a couple labels to the top hand corner of that photo of us and the volunteers, and the sticker I added is Simply the Best. Then I grabbed some of these sparkly gold stars that came in the Project Life kit, or one of the kits this month, and I placed a bunch of those on the Life is All About This card, and I really like how the yellow and the gold go together really well. Next, I'm going through the rest of the tags and labels just to see if there's anything else I want to use, and I end up placing one on that the center middle card, and that's where I'm going to stamp the date. So I was just looking in my journal to find out what the date was, and I'm using my roller date stamp to just stamp the date. I stamped it once cleanly and then triple stamped it. I thought about adding some staples but decided not to. Instead, I end up adding 3 staples to the top card with my dad in it where it says Invest in Human Family. And then I had these gold hearts from the 7 paper collection at Studio Calico, and I placed one in the center of that little graph. On the These Days card, there's like a list and you can check it off. So I checked off awesome and lots of fun. I wanted to add a little bit of journaling to the card where my dad is, so I grabbed this one label sticker, or it's not a sticker, just a label tag, and I added my journaling and also added the date because that photo was taken on a different day than the bottom 2 photos, and it had the word noted on it, which I didn't really want to use, but I'm gonna fix that by adhering the label, and then I'm gonna cover the noted up with just a little strip of washi tape, and that works perfect, like you can't see it. And then I'm grabbing one of the gold stars from the Project Life kit and placing that there too, and it just brings that star element into another place on the layout. And then I'm adding some journaling on the middle card there, and I'm just journaling about the pastor's breakfast and all that kind of stuff that I told you about. We woke up at 5:30 that morning to get ready for this pastor's breakfast because there were like a ton of people. And at about 9 o'clock they began to arrive, and it was fun. We got lots of work done, and when we worked together we were all tired, but I think it was great. Oh, look, I'm tired now. Just talking about being tired and I'm yawning. Sorry about that. And then I wanted to add a label to this bottom card where we're all standing with the volunteers so I could journal about all of the foods that we made. Like we made sausages and scrambled eggs and potatoes and fruit and pancakes and bread and eggs and just all of that. So I wanted to put that on there, so I just journaled that on that bottom card. After that, I think the layout is done. I'm going to slow it down and hold up all the cards so you can get a chance to take a look at them. And I hope you had a lovely day and that you continue to have a lovely day. So I'll talk to you later. Bye!